If you really want a showstopper that nobody else is performing, why don't you consider getting magazine memory? Greetings, it's Timothy Hyde here from magiccoach.com and another of our behind the scenes look at one of our publications. And this time, The Secret Notebook of Mr. Hyde, volume number 2, Magazine Memory. Magazine memory is a fantastic effect, and one of the reasons it is because not many people perform it. I used it as my closing act for many, many years on cruise ships and corporate work, on the Queen Mary 2 and Princess and Silver Sea and Crystal. And I always used it as a closer. It is that strong. It's been around for many, many years. Many performers have done it. Zufal in his famous booklet series, I think it's booklet number 2, talks about it. Tony Andruzzi did a cassette tape on it. And my friend Barry Richardson in his book Theatre of the Mind, Act 2, talks about it as well. Barry makes an interesting point that in 50 years of going to magic shows and conventions all around the world, he'd only ever seen 3 performers tackle the effect. And that's why I think it's worth considering to add to your repertoire. If you don't know the basic effect, the performer has a pile of magazines, current magazines, and one of them is selected, handed out into the audience. The pages are ripped out, and people study what's on their page and then call out their page number, and the performer is able to recall in great detail exactly what is on that page. And it's a show-stopping effect. In our book, which is a 50-page ebook available from our website, I explain exactly how to do it. The book's in 2 parts. The first section is all about the techniques. The second section is a toolkit of different ways to present the routine, to build it up into a showstopper. The memory skills, I've taught memory skills to hundreds, if not thousands of people over the years. And I've honed down into a really simple method of teaching how to do it. Some of my own ideas and some of the classic ideas. You possibly already know these skills, and you can just easily use your own skills with this particular effect. You start out learning 10 or 20 pages, and that's actually all you need to do to be able to perform the effect. Once you gain some confidence, you will be able to then add more pages to it. But one of the neat things is, if you tackle magazine memory, your memory skills will increase, and you'll be able to use the skills in other routines that you might want to perform. For instance, if you want to memorize the order of a pack of cards, you can easily do that. If you want to tackle the great effect, the night tour, you should be able to do that easily as well. Even just remember what props are in which pocket. These things will increase. So, part 2, we go into the different wrinkles, the different ways to present the effect. Is it a memory effect? Is it a mind-reading effect? You can do it either way. How to build it up. How to start, build it up, and then finish with a big finish. And what's fun with magazine memory effect, it's like a meta effect. It's not quite involving everybody in the audience, but it almost does. Because with a typical magazine, you might have 50 pages, you might have 50 people looking at a page. The people on either side will also be looking at the page. So you might have 150 people actively involved. Cassidy calls it a meta effect. I would too. Cassidy has some nice thoughts on magazine memory, how to incorporate it with his card memory effect. And if you think about it, they go quite nicely together. Magazine memory is done for real. And if you do that first and then come back and do, say, card memory later, they're going to be convinced you do that one for real as well. So there's lots of different ways. I talk about the glimpse and the hype, and how to incorporate other effects within the framework of magazine memory. For instance, you might have astrological star signs at the back of the magazine that you use, so you can segue into a star sign revelation effect and things like that. So don't take my word for it. If you want to find out more about it, go onto the website and read the reviews from Richard Webster and John Stetson and Leo Manor. Drew McAdam wrote some lovely things about the book. They're all there on the website. If you really want a showstopper that nobody else is performing, why don't you consider getting Magazine Memory? Thanks for your time. See you.